All right, so today we're coming to you with another episode of Auto Glass Tech Talk, and we're taking it out to VA. We got Tara with us. So Tara, why don't you explain who you are, what you do, and some good info about you.
All right. Well, thanks for having me. I'm Tara Taffera, and I'm the editorial director for AGRR Magazine, Auto Glass Repair and Replacement. What that means, fancy title, basically I serve as the editor of AGRR. I have a lot of roles here at our parent company, Key Media and Research, but for the past couple of years, I've come back to AGRR, so to speak. It was actually the very first, I've been here almost 22 years.
Wow.
And it was the first magazine that I worked on, but it wasn't even AGRR at that point. It was this small little magazine called Windshield Glass Repair.
Okay.
So I've worked on all our publications. Now I'm kind of back to AGRR. So pretty much anything you see in the magazine, I've written it, edited it, coordinated it. It's pretty much me. I also oversee our daily e-newsletter, GlassBytes, which you're familiar with. So once in a while, I will write an article. I work with our assistant editor who does that on a daily basis, kind of help her plan the leads and stuff. And then we have, you're probably familiar with Window Film Magazine because it's co-located with Auto Glass Week.
Right.
So I'm heavily involved with that magazine as well. And then we have one for the residential door and window industry. I'm involved in all of that. So that's a quick who I am and what I do.
That's what's up. Well, we appreciate that, and appreciate all your work.
On.
Yeah, thanks.
That's a lot of. That's a lot. You must have some good insight on like all three industries there.
It is a lot. Yeah. And I didn't even mention US Glass, but yeah, we have that, and that's actually our monthly. So yeah, I definitely stay busy. I'm never bored. I have been in like, oh my gosh, I might have to take like drinks of water. I have been on the phone all day today. It's been one of those days.
Okay.
A lot of talking.
Busy.
Yeah, busy. So
yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, so Auto Glass Week, the dates have changed and the location has changed?
No, location is still the same. Still in Orlando at the convention center. So yes, I will tell you all about what's going on with Auto Glass Week, because I'm sure everybody wants to know. So I'm sure everybody knows we were supposed to be in September, and then COVID happened.
Right.
It's been a fun year, as you all know. So as you know, things kept changing and countries start shutting down more, and trade show after trade show starts getting canceled. Started getting more worried about September. September wasn't looking really great, that people were really going to want to travel. So our show side, our company manages Auto Glass Week. So that side of our company started looking into our options and what we could do. There's a lot that goes into a trade show. So as you can imagine, it's not like we could just be like, oh, let's move it here. And then, all these other people that canceled or that had to postpone their show, they're trying to find a place. So long story short, our best, well, I don't want to say best option. It might have been our only option, really. But we ended up in our January dates. So we are now January 12th to 14th.
Okay.
So yes, in the convention center. Yeah. And I will answer a question that you're probably going to ask me, or your listeners are going to want to know. So it's January 12th, 14th, 2021. No, there's not another show in September. We're not having 2 Auto Glass Weeks next year. So basically what this kind of did is COVID we're essentially skipping a year, and now we're moved more toward the early part of the year instead of the fall.
Yeah.
So going forward, are we going to start doing these in January then, or are you guys going to move it to more springtime? Or because if you move it back to September of 2021, actually be 2022, it would be a long stretch with no show.
Yes, sadly, we're actually not going to do that. I don't say sadly. I mean, it's kind of like, I'm sure you're never, ever going to make anybody happy. I'm sure you're going to have people that might be like, oh, great, it's in the spring now. Or, oh, man, that really stinks. You know, I wish it was back in September. But essentially, again, a lot goes into trade shows and finding the location and the dates that work and all that. But in 2022, I believe we would like to have like March timeframe, but it will always, it's now has kind of moved us to the spring. Okay. And I was told that, you know, they would like to have it in March 2022, around there.
That's what's up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we just going to
Arizona, right? Going to Arizona, March.
Yeah, I knew. Don't ask me the location. I honestly don't know, but I mean, one thing that I will tell you is people, oh my gosh, like that's the biggest question I get at Auto Glass Week. Like, how come you're going here? And why don't you come here? And I've learned even just from working here, again, I'm not involved on that side of it that much, but there is a lot that goes into, there's only like a certain amount of places that can like accommodate us with the halls and with the cars and, you know, there's just so much that goes into it. Right. But I will pass on Arizona.
But 2021 is Orlando, so it's going to be a delay, and we're going to start the new year off right. Auto Glass Week, Orlando, January. Yeah.
12th to
14th.
Yeah.
And I love how you think. Start the new year off right. We're going to have to use that.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
So is this sorry, real quick. Is this the first time in, like, since it has started that there's like a missing show for the year?
I would have to say yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate, but it's better to do that than have, you know, sponsors unhappy because you're, you know, have a show that nobody's going to come to. Right. So, yeah.
What's the average amount of people that comes to one of the events?
Around 2,500, but that does include both the window film side and the auto glass side. And actually, one other thing that I wanted to mention is, I mean, we didn't talk to, again, this isn't like what I do every day, so I don't know like all the nitty gritty details, but I do know that, I mean, our show side did talk to a lot of our sponsors beforehand about this, because they know we can't, if we moved it to January, even though we didn't have a lot of options, if they weren't happy, then, you know, we're not going to be successful. So we did get on the phone with a lot of the major sponsors, and they were in agreement that September just wasn't great.
Right.
2020 in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, or 2020 in general.
Yeah.
All right, so sticking on the topic of the of Auto Glass Week. Last year was the first year I went. What's your best sales pitch to get somebody who's on the fence to go, who wants to go?
Okay, that's so easy. Where in one place, and this isn't even my job, this isn't even what I do. Where in one place could you get all those suppliers together where you can ask them questions? Where could you get, okay, not all, you know, granted, there's not every single company comes.
Majority.
But a lot. Where can you get all those, if you're a company owner, where can you get access to all those installers that you can, just like you do in the groups, you know, you can share information with, have access to seminars, you know, just for Auto Glass. I know there's SEMA, there's definitely, you know, other shows, but this is really just gets everyone together. So that's what I would say. It's the place.
I mean, it's SEMA. We went to SEMA last year, and SEMA was great, but even the Auto Glass stuff was spread out. Like you had people
minimal too,
and there was a very small portion of it.
It really is. Yeah, it's SEMA. It's been a long time since I've been to SEMA. I used to be, film has a really big presence there, but yeah, Auto Glass is kind of spread out, and there may be a handful of companies, but you kind of have to go around, if I remember correctly, kind of searching for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, that's exactly how it is.
Yeah.
Lately, we have been talking to some techs who've competed in the Olympics, and can you give us some information on the, I guess, how you can apply to compete, or
Yes.
you know, all that?
Yep. And I actually brought a cheat sheet for this one because I won't remember. And again, I don't do this on like a daily basis, but I do have lots of cool stuff to tell you.
Okay.
And first of all, we know that any year, take COVID out of it, any year, we understand there's a lot of these auto glass shops. These are small shops, you know, one or two people sometimes. And we know that it's an expense, and then throw COVID in, and it's even harder. So we did come up with some. We actually so first for competitors, we reduced the competitor fee for AGTO for 2021.
Okay.
If you're AGSC certified or a registered company, your fee would go from $335 to $185.
Okay.
Nice.
And if you're a non-AGC certified or a registered company, the fee has been reduced from $385 to $285.
Okay.
I did not bring the attendee registration costs with me, but you can find it all on our website at autoglassweek.com.
Yeah.
But that cost also went down as well. I'm told it wasn't as significant as the competitor cost, but
Right.
attendee registration did go down as well.
Okay.
And there's a special going on right now, a promo, but you have to do it by the end of June. If you buy 2 full registrations, you get 2 free.
So buy 2 get 2 free.
Too.
So they can take advantage of that promo on your website, or where?
It's on the website.
Okay.
If you go to autoglassweek.com, you should see it. And if you guys or any of your listeners go and they can't find it or anything, just send me a note, message me, and I can send you the exact link of where it is there. But this isn't going to happen again, and it only is till the end of June. So if you think you're going to go, I would highly recommend it. And then the other thing, what else did I have? We also extended, realizing our world is a little different. We don't know what's going on. We did extend the cancellation a little longer than we usually do. So that goes until December 15th.
Okay.
And then I know you guys wanted the registration deadlines. You want me to throw those out there?
You can throw them out there. Yeah.
So AGTO and WRO registration deadline is November 23rd.
Okay.
And CSR and calibration registration deadline is October 19th, because those 2 competitions have the preliminary rounds.
Gotcha.
That are done in advance, and then the finalists compete to come to Auto Glass Week and compete there. Yeah.
That's good. People still got some time to be able to sign up to compete and everything in all the fields.
Right.
Yes. Yep.
Awesome.
And the key points you just said, the cutoff, you can cancel all the way up to December 15th, but if you act now, you get buy two get 2 free. So act now if you're really interested, and you can cancel all the way up to the 15th. So that's kind of cool. And reducing the rates is cool. I got one question. You mentioned the certifications.
Yes.
Where can people go to get certified at through the certification stuff, or how does that work?
So that should be on our website as well. But again, if you can't find it, let me know. But we're still, so if you want to get certified before the show.
Okay.
Actually, I would just say go to the AGSC.
Okay. We'll put a link below, because everybody will be tagged in. We'll put a link below so they can find it, find the actual information. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, that should be right on the AGS website to get registered. So you're ready. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, we had a little technical difficulty. Jeff's out in the field, so he kind of dropped off on the call. So me and Drift are gonna wing it the rest of the way through. So
all right, I like it.
Yeah. So the next question we got for you here, well, Drift, you can ask the question, because hey, it's a question you and Jeff came up with. So why don't you ask the question, Drift?
Okay. So with all of the auto glass groups online, and what influence do you see the groups having on the industry moving forward?
Big influence, and I think it's already happened. Like they've already had a big influence. They fill a void that you just can't. amazing. I was actually listening to your podcast, the one with Jason Martin and Jeff, and they were talking about how, when we were starting out, we didn't have, you couldn't go and watch a YouTube video for how to do it right. Like, you couldn't just go in a group. And I mean, I can't keep up with all of it, but I get in there sometimes. And I mean, you can get an answer like almost instantaneously.
Right.
So that in itself, I mean, everyone kind of has their place, I mean, they're not going to wait for AGRR Magazine to find out how to install when they're having an issue. So I think for that, and just the camaraderie that's there, and that they can you guys can ask questions. I think it's already had a huge influence. And it's not just your industry either. Like, I try to, again, I can't keep up with all of them, but I think I'm in like most of the auto glass groups.
Right.
And then even like the film, gosh, there's even more on the film side.
Right.
Yeah.
They have a lot of groups, but they find it all like really helpful. And then sometimes they form connections, and then they meet up at the show. So it's just a great networking, and I'm glad you guys, started this, and I know you're having such success with it. So I just think it'll only continue to get stronger.
Yeah. Well, that's what's up. But we see your work too. I listen to all your podcasts. Short, sweet, to the point on some of them. But you ask those questions, you getting that information. I really enjoyed the one you did with Migrant. It was very insightful and very good. And we appreciate your work in GlassBytes and everybody there. Like every SEMA show, I'm always seeing Mariah and others. And we appreciate everything that your contributions that you do, and we watch everything you do, or listen to everything that you do, and see GlassBytes. And if anyone who isn't subscribed to GlassBytes, subscribe. It's always good info on there. The newsletters are good, and the information is always solid. So check that out. Thank you.
And actually, thanks for giving a shout out to Mariah. We call her M, but she's always at SEMA, running around, because she's working on film too. So she's just like, SEMA is just crazy. Yeah. So I'll tell her that you said that, or she'll watch this. But she does a great job, and she's the one who actually that I mentioned that does GlassBytes.
Yeah. So let's switch gears a little bit, and we're gonna switch it up here. So we'll start with you, Tara. First question here is, name one of your favorite movies. So name one of your favorite movies in your top 3.
One in my top 3.
Yeah, one in your top 3.
Okay. So everyone who knows me and everyone who works with me knows that I like a good romance. Okay. I'm a big fan. I will admit this to all of your listeners, big fan of the Hallmark Channel. Okay. Not going to choose a Hallmark movie, but I also, one of my favorite authors is Nicholas Sparks. Okay. Who has a million books. So I'm going to choose his movie, The Notebook.
The Notebook. Yeah.
The Notebook.
There you go. That's a good one.
I'm sure we're not going to have overlap there. No one's going to choose The Notebook.
Yeah. So now it's on you, Drift.
Right, Chris? Or is that yours? Is that your choice?
No, I'll have to pass on that one. I don't think that's that's not quite me.
Oh, you're so nice.
So what's one of your top movies, Drift? One of your top 3.
Man, I'm trying to think of the name. I can't even think of the name right now, but it's with Denzel Washington. Okay. It's like they're in like SoCal and Compton, LA.
Oh, Training Day.
Oh,
Training Day.
Yeah, Training Day.
Yes, man. Just the whole idea of it, the storyline. That's some real shit. Yeah. Real stuff.
Yeah, Training Day. I can watch a lot of Denzel make a lot of good movies. Training Day is one in my top ones. I like that. Scarface is in there. But I actually like the movie Heat. They had the first shootout scene, if you ever watched this shootout scene with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, is actually pretty good. So Heat is one of my top 3 movies. So if you hadn't seen,
I haven't seen all those though, because my husband is huge on all the mafia, all those kind of movies. So yeah,
you got both ends. You got the love stories and the whole gangster movies. Yeah.
He doesn't watch the love stories with me, but I watch the mob. Okay, but he's funny. He'll come in during the Hallmark movies and he'll just make fun. He makes me laugh. It's hysterical.
Yeah. Well, there you go. You well-rounded. So you got the love stories and the gangster movies. Yep. So that's well-roundedness. All right. So the last question before we get everybody out of here, with it being summertime, and we'll start with you on this one first, Drift. With it being summertime, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Man, I just went even to Baskin Robbins last night and got myself some because oh man, summer's here. It's called Baseball Nut. It's like a kind of like a vanilla, not a what's the other vanilla, like a vanilla something kind of ice cream,
like vanilla bean.
With, kind of like like some type of vanilla, not just a plain vanilla.
Yeah.
And it's got jelly and peanut butter and peanuts all in it. So it's like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, like drinking a glass of milk and eating your sandwich at the same time.
Mm.
It sounds interesting, but don't sound like nothing I'd eat. It sounds interesting though, but I would pass on that. Yeah. So, baseball nut, that's Drift. So Tara, what's your favorite ice cream you rolling with?
Well, for someone who does not like peanut butter and jelly, I would pass on that as well. I love ice cream, like love it. I've actually gone, one of the few things I've done during this whole thing is go for ice cream. I was just there last Friday. Okay. And usually anything, I'm in like a salted caramel phase. So anytime they have like salted caramel,
okay,
it's a good one.
Okay.
Good, sweet and savory right there.
That's what's up. Yeah, for me, my favorite, I love Blizzard, so I get any kind of Blizzard from Dairy Queen. But if I just gotta do ice cream only, I like butter pecan. That's actually pretty good. So so I would fool with butter pecan, or I always do a Blizzard from Dairy Queen. So I do Oreo Blizzard, Snicker Blizzard, Butterfinger Blizzard. Any Blizzard is good.
I knew it. As soon as you said Blizzard, I knew it had to have the pieces of candy in there because I know you love your candy.
Yeah, that's the only way to have a Blizzard. You have to have the candy in it.
Yeah, you gotta have it. And I love candy, so yeah.
I don't know.
Reese's.
Yeah, but that's my favorite ice cream. So we appreciate everybody, your time, everybody for giving us this great information. Like we said, if you're not subscribed to GlassBytes, subscribe to it. We'll link all the websites below for Auto Glass Week, and check out all the work that Tara does. She's part of a lot of stuff and been in it for a long time. She's a real OG. So stay connected, and I appreciate all the insight. And until next time, take care.
Thanks, you.
Sarah.